Hi guys, it's been a while since I've been in the Green Monster, and so I thought we would talk a bit. First, this is actually a mini video mostly for the people at Google, but for the rest of you guys can certainly participate as well. First of all, we all know that the live streams. I gotta watch till we get it. Well, now I can. I don't know if this is gonna help anything. You can see she's kind of grubby. She needs to be washed. So maybe I'll wash her for. So what I wanted to do was talk to you guys about stuff. Now, we all know that the live streams lately have been getting a lot of limited no ads. And we all know it takes Google quite a while to review them just to determine that it is suitable for advertising. And so I wanted to talk to the people at Google and ask them what's the detail. Now, I've sent the feedback messages and I never got a response. And I'm hoping that this is going to at least get them to talk to me about something. I see my camera looks a little crooked still. Hold on, I hate crooked cameras. Okay, still crooked. Oh well. So first of all, to the reviewers of YouTube videos, I don't know what caused my videos to get, my live streams to get flagged, limited no ads. And I wish I could figure out what it is so that we could fix it so it doesn't happen. But we don't know if it's an automated thing, if it's a robot thing, if it's somebody flagging the content out of spite, just to be mean. We don't know any of that, okay? One of the reasons is when I ask you what's going on, I never get an answer. So, but either way, so I put in for manual review. It's the manual reviewers particularly that I want to give thank yous to. The live streams we know tend to run long, and they can get really long, to the point where 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. That means that of all the videos that you're probably going to be reviewing today, our videos are probably the most lame ones of all, because they really don't really have any, they should not have, because we do our best to make sure it doesn't have it. Shocking content, foul language, although I do use the F word sometimes. There's no gross stuff. There's no animal abuse. There's no child abuse. There's no drug abuse. There's no violence. I don't make fun of a particular group. I don't show hatred towards a particular group. They're just quiet videos. Even though live streams, which can sometimes get heated, tend to get really are not that really shock jock type content where you really need to worry about it. It's not the way I do my morning shows or the night streams. Oh well, I also make sure I do my best not to violate copyright guidelines. Not saying I don't push the envelope at times, so sometimes I will. If I think it's worth the risk, I will push the envelope. Okay, but if I don't always think that way. I don't always think that way. So, my question for the reviewing person, I don't think the AI bot cares one way or another, so I'm talking about the people. Is there any way you could tell me exactly what is giving me the limited no ads? So, we won't have to deal with this every time. Please. I mean, I'd like to know. So how I can make the videos better. Wait, my right ear's plugged up, so I don't know why it does that. I went to the ear doctor, and they still don't know what's causing that. The rest of you guys will notice that we are in the couch with our plushies and our stuffies right around us here on the couch. And after all, well, I think maybe the white tiger and the brown tiger should be kind of more close together. They seem to kind of be more like, same species. Flippy cat should be over here. So I'd like to know, YouTuber reviewers, if you could tell me what's going on, because I'm curious. Okay? Now, for the rest of you guys, I don't want to have any problem with any of you. So why didn't I stream from Gumby's? Because it was going to rain like crazy, and I wanted to get home before it started raining. So it was in and out. Basically, walked out, got the milk from the store, was going to sit down with a pint of milk and a coffee. Pint of milk and maybe a slice of Cumbie's pizza. They were out of pizza. I was like, okay, I'm not going to eat anything else. Because I already got a frozen pizza at home. And I didn't eat yet. So, actually, I didn't eat all day. I didn't even eat cereal. Because a lot of people have been saying, you need to do something, you can't eat as many calories, you gotta watch your carbs, you gotta watch how much food you put in your stomach, all that. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Wow, I'm really small. Well, this ain't the same camera like I used to use. This is my phone, not my PAL camera I used to have set up in the studio. I still have it, just didn't set up yet. And maybe I can bring this a little closer to me. Come on a little closer, don't be shy. What air it extra dry. Alright, get it better. There we go. But, so I don't always eat a lot. Sometimes, that's why I wanted to do a video. I wanted to cover that too. What have I been doing since the apartment's been empty? Not much. I've been a little depressed. Oh, this is even more crooked. Oh, there. Oh. Come on. Picky. Gotta get my camera right. I hate crooked gamers. I really do. So what I did was, I worked on the apartment a bit, and I organized it. And unlike a live video when I can change camera modes on the fly, once you start a video, you can't change camera modes on the fly because of the way that they are put together. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna take advantage of Final Cut Pro and cut and slice the pieces together that way, and make it easy. So I'm going to be showing you little segments of the room as it looks now. Granted, it's not completely finished. It's certainly a lot cleaner than it was. And so we'll focus on that. Let's show you videos of the room. Okay? So why don't we get to that right now? Okay, I want to first of all show you around the room. And here's the couch, and where I just came off of. And you will notice that, no, I didn't launder those cushions yet. I'm going to get to that soon. This is the little shelf there. It doesn't have anything except the empty cardboard box. We're going to be putting a DVD player inside that. Put it in the storage bin. Over here is the chairs, window. You can see the camera for the other thing for the other studio in the window. The film reels up on the wall. TV, which isn't hooked up right now. This is the thing from Tiger Kitty. It's crooked. I hate crooked stuff. I really do. Yeah. So this is that. Stereo. Records. Over here is the green screen from the other room. I have it kind of folded in as best I can. So we don't need it for this, although I will be working on this computer in a little bit. And looks like the lens is a little dirty. That's better. Get rid of some of the haze. No reason to simulate a cataract in my camera. Headphones, mixing board. The other couch, yeah, I know, I got a garbage bag sitting on it. Green bags. Kitchen. Still a little bit disheveled. Better, oh yes. Although, some people probably want to talk about it. Cat box, I just changed the lid around that today. Telephone switchboard, routers. I still need to resort this room. Glassware, cups, stock pot up there, stuff down there, vacuum cleaner. Another angle from the kitchen, microwave, sink. It's not exactly totally perfect yet. Working on it. Oh yes, my landlord did put a new light in up there. Unfortunately, one of the bulbs burned out. So it's incandescence and not fluorescence. And they're not LEDs either. The new skylight he put in, unfortunately, the plexiglass has to be washed. I'm going to have to borrow a step ladder and get up there and see if I can clean that. floor. I don't know why they came up with these tiles. They are terrible. They are terrible. They're ugly. Bedroom. The great boudoir. Over here. Shelves with first aid stuff. Humidifier on the desk. I just got my MacBook on it, so I can do videos there. So I can use this as a studio as well. You see, I got the little and one of the soft boxes in here because there's no light in here. Otherwise, it's this light over here. I got most of the clothes off the floor. And yeah, another stuffed animal for the living room. I just kind of put the millennial thingy in here for now. I guess I don't know if this is a chimpanzee or what, but I'll put this on the couch along with everything else. Put them right next to the reindeer. The millennial thingy usually goes. So, yes, there's the I Love You beer right there in the corner. Yeah, there's the I Love You beer. So, that's it. That's this room. Just I would show you everything. And now, back to the couch. Okay, we're back. And as you can see, it's a major improvement in the room. It's a lot cleaner. And it's more organized. It looks better. Smells better. I changed the cat litter today, by the way. So that's one thing I'm going to be showing you, is that we are trying to keep the apartment clean and organized. This is kind of the apartment tour of 2023 I just did. And while it's not perfect, it certainly is a far cry from the way it looked now, or from what it looked like before. Okay. Just a major step in the right direction. And am I glad to know it's okay? Yes. Do I feel bad that he got himself into a bit of a pickle? Yes. However, his lymphedema is finally being serviced. His mental issues are being serviced. His, and that's a major milestone for Ed. Now, his housing needs, I hope, will be serviced as well, so that he will have housing. And so that's what we're going to do, right? We want to see all those good stuff. Where Ed is actually getting the quality of life enhancements that he needs. And there's not much more I can say about that, except that it's going to take him a while. Anyway, we have some new reviewed products coming up, and we will be talking about those products when I get the products here. Okay, once the new stuff comes in, we'll be talking about those products. I got the sample of the Vago 221 lever nut connectors. That's what they themselves call them, lever nuts. Okay? Now to cut some sample wires, different diameters, thicknesses. I don't have a lot of solid conductors though. Let's get some stranded, so I use some stranded conductors. And for the demonstration of the Vago 221 series connectors. They only gave me 3. They gave me one inline, one small 221 2 position, and one large 221 3 position. And so I work on that. Review. Now, do I think they're interesting? I was playing with them a little bit off camera, and they are very fascinating little connectors. And yeah, they do like to grab your fingers. They do. When you slap them close, or you slap them too fast, and your fingers in the right spot, they like to bite your fingers. I don't know if the 222 series from Vago is any better. Unfortunately, the sample was for the 221s, not the 222s. So I want to get some of the Vago 222 and the 221s. And the first question that comes up is, what size do I want? Do I want the bigger ones or the smaller ones? Well, anything that can do with a 25 or 2.5 millimeter diameter wire, maybe to 3 millimeter diameter wire would be more than fine. But most of the wire we use is a lot smaller than that. I don't know what the particular mills are on it, but in American standard gauge, we're talking about wires that is about 25 gauge up to about maybe 12 gauge. So 12 gauge is no problem. That's 2.5 millimeter. Okay. So, what's nice compared to wire nuts, I'm also bringing this up right now, is the wires can be clipped to the wires, and then, let's say, hanging the ceiling light. Instead of having to fumble with a wire nut, the Vago connector's already on the wire, so you want to attach it to. So then you just slip the wire into it, make sure it's the proper length, close it, and the wire is in place. And it's almost like Billy Mays would say, and kaboom, the wire is done. Yeah, absolutely. Kaboom, the wire is done. Perfect. You have a nice solid conductor is attached. You don't have to worry about going, oh, I got to go ahead and I'm going to hold these wires in place while 2 to 3 wires in place while I'm fiddling around with a wire nut. And let's say, for example, you want to take a light fixture down from a ceiling for whatever reason. Maybe you want to, maybe later on put on another light fixture there later. Same thing. Lift the lever, slip the light fixture's wires out, push it down, and then put your face plate on the ceiling, a blank face plate, and then later come back over, get the second light fixture from your home center, and attach the brown, the blue, the green, close on the connector, connector done. Now, if you're using Americolors, it would be white, black, white, and bare metal. I still believe in the green sleeve. I'm going to see if I can find some of those green sleeves on eBay for the green conductor. I really don't like bare copper hanging out in a junction box. I don't like that. Sorry, NEC. I know you see that's cool. Nope, not with this Virgo. No, I see bare copper in the fuse in the junction box. I'm always afraid that it's going to short because it's right there, right next to the live and the neutral. No, I'm not doing that. Absolutely not. I'm not going to cut it off either. I know the reason exists, and so I have no problem putting on a proper sleeve and to make sure that the wire is not going to touch and short and cause a fire. That is important to me. Okay, I know this video covers a lot of different things, so bear with me. I'm going to be putting in subdivisions so you can all figure out what's going on. Now, I noticed also that some people in my live streams are hypercritical. Please note, this doesn't apply to everybody. This applies to some people, not everyone. I want to judge me and judge other people. They're critical of everything we do. Please knock it off. I know you got your ducks in a row, and that your lives are beautiful, perfect, and you have all your dream situation, you know, whatever it is, to you, as far as you're concerned, your life is perfect in every way possible, you know, and yet you're putting down a person whose life isn't perfect. It's really not fair. And I really would like to see more awesome people get together and talking about fun stuff and having a good time, hanging out together, chilling out. Okay. I don't think it's unreasonable. But I still think it's important to remember that we're all together on this earth as one big, you know, entourage. We're here because we're here as, oh, you know, it's just like the Beatles sing, we're all living in a yellow submarine. I don't know what that means exactly, a yellow submarine, but I'll tell you what, we're all on this planet together, and there's no way that anybody should be judging that person. I don't care who you are. It really shouldn't be. Because you know what? No matter how you don't like it, you gotta admit, you're in it for a while, for the journey. And that's something to keep in mind, is that I ask you to respect and admire, at least accept, that not everything in the world is perfect. Okay? Nobody here is saying that everybody's life is beautiful, and because I don't know anything about you. I really don't. I don't know anything about your lives. All I can say is what I see. I might be wrong. I might be wrong because you may have some of the worst problems in your life. You might be dealing with things I can't even imagine. Just as there's things in my life you don't understand either. And so it's easy to pick on people because of that reason. It's easy to say, oh, you know, it's just funny how this person does this person does that, how imperfect their lives are. Why are you doing that? Why are you judging somebody else? It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. So please, keep this in mind. You know, it's just like the song, we all live in a yellow submarine, right? And we're not surfacing for air in a while. And it can get cramped, and it can get tight on that yellow submarine. Just like Nemo's 20,000 leagues under the sea. It's not gonna change. I don't have a huge stateroom for one person, and there's like everybody's rubbing elbows with each other. Which brings us up to a question that unfortunately may rile YouTube up. Heads up, YouTube. I want to talk to you about the woke stuff. Now, this is not necessarily content I'm seeing on YouTube, but it's content I'm seeing in the news every day. About trans this, trans that, trans athletes in sports. I thought the original idea was that the trans people wanted to be integrated into society. And yet, we all know that trans men and trans women do not fit into biological men and women's sports. A trans woman in a woman's sport, depending on the sport, motocross may not be so much. Tennis may not be so much. Golf, not so much. But sports involving contact, boxing, wrestling, football, soccer maybe, dollars to donuts, the trans women, because they were born biological men, are going to be stronger than the woman that's playing against. And the biological women are rightfully concerned that they're going to get hurt. Because it's happened already. That a trans woman in a boxing match can really seriously beat up her opponent in the match. Pretty bad. And it makes me sad. But the truth is, I understand what they say. Oh, we want to be treated as women because we are women now that we had the surgery or whatever, and hormones and all that. Okay, I get it. But the thing is because you still are physically stronger than your female contemporaries, you guys are always going to be out there on the fringe. It's not your fault. It just is. I really wish we could all find a solution to this, but it seems that society is like shaking its head and isn't sure what to do with you guys. I'm a hermaphrodite. I was born like this, okay? I have been medically tested. I have been evaluated. I know I'm hermaphrodite / intersex is not trans. But I also respect you as people. But for those of you that want to have equal treatment as the biological sex that you are playing against, a trans man against men, trans women against women, there's two things. Deep down in your core, you're still biologically a man and biologically a woman. Please keep this in mind. I'm not against you. I care about you as people. I want to see you happy. But I do know that you should know that there's a reason why a lot of society is asking us what to do with you people is because they don't have the answer. They don't know what to do. It don't make you bad. It just means, okay, I'm a trans woman or I'm a trans man. Okay. But I thought the whole idea was, with the woke movement, was not only promote equality and to bring awareness to your situation and integrate into society. If that's the case, worrying about, some of the woke movement stuff makes me seriously question it. Transitioning children. I know this is definitely a lightning bolt right now. I'm going to be honest. Guys, most people most kids don't care. Honestly, kids don't care. That's the truth. All right. When you're 5, 6 years old and you're playing the kids' games that we used to play, like hide and seek and tag, no one really talked about it. Oh, I wish I was a boy, or I wish I was a girl, or whatever. It didn't come up. No one talked about it in the mid-70s. No one talked about it. It wasn't a thing. No one even said that. But on the other hand, that's not the way it is in this day and age. Today, our society is so messed up because now we've got people pushing gender reassignment surgery for preteens. Let kids be kids. Don't worry about this. Stop pushing this agenda. Wait till they're at least 13, 14 maybe. But let the kids be kids. I don't see why you have to rush out in there and start pumping a preteen through androgen or estrogen blockers and trying to prevent them from growing up normally. Let them have a normal childhood. 10-4? Do you see what I'm saying? We're doing this to these kids. Now the question is, are the kids doing it to themselves? I don't think most kids would have thought about it. I never thought about it. I mean, I just accepted that I was a kid. I would play tag, hide and seek, play frisbee as best I could, run around on the grassy field. I didn't care about this gender stuff. It just didn't come up. I mean, I do think that if you're a teenager, say 18 years old, then it's a little different. You already have gotten to know yourself. But remember what Oil of Olay says. Love the skin you're in. There's no reason why you should not love the skin you're in. Your body is right now is on loan from God. When you die, you're just a meat bag. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Your soul, your true soul, is eternal, and you will play as part of your life chart as experiences that you fill out before you came here. You will play roles of men and women, and that's fine. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. When you come here, just like I did before I came here, I had selected to be disabled because maybe I wanted to learn something, my spirit to learn something about disabled life. But I didn't, seriously, I've heard somebody actually doing this. Heaven forbid, if you do this, I don't know why you would want to do this. There are people who actually deliberately want to become paralyzed so they can learn about being paralyzed. I don't understand why you'd want to do that. But there are some people that will do it. Okay. Now, to each their own. I don't have a problem with you, but I do ask that you understand that it is very unusual, and not everybody is going to be going, It's okay. Don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. I mean, this cat, for example, doesn't care about gender. He doesn't care about gender. Rusty just wants to enjoy the pleasures of being a cat and enjoy the cat world. Go chase icebergs, small rodents, amphibians. He doesn't care. And of course, before he was fixed, he certainly enjoyed the fruits of being a father cat. He had many, many kittens. Many kittens. He was very busy, spreading his genome far and wide. But even so, it just doesn't make any sense. I want to see you, all the people, have a good life. Another thing that's got to stop is some of the stuff going on in the political circles about corruption. But you know what? We all know what the politician says. So I think they're above the law and they can get away with it. You know, that's what they'll think, right? Oh, I'm gonna be, because I am a high official, I have certain rights and accessibilities to do certain things with money, and how I do affects you, and because I'm on a power trip, I want to make sure that my rules apply to you. Let me give you examples. The Environmental Protection Agency. Who gave you the authority to tell anyone what they're allowed to cook on? I don't know where the EPA has the right to say, thou shalt not cook on a gas stove. Thou shalt not have gas heat. Thou shalt not enjoy gas lighting. Thou shalt not enjoy a gas barbecue. First of all, let's get one thing clear. You guys are pro-choice. You are always were fighting against Roe v. Wade, saying, "Oh, we want the right to choose if we're going to have a baby or not. We want the right to choose if I can kill it or bring it to term." Well, likewise, I want to have the right to choose what I cook on, what I eat with, what I drink, what I eat. And I ask that the EPA, the Congress, needs to seriously question these people in the EPA and saying, what you're asking for is you're asking to rule by fiat. Fiat. You think you're some kind of a king or, lord over all the domain you survey. When the Environmental Protection Agency was created in the 1970s by Richard Nixon, it was dealing with a big problem: pollution, smog, pollution in the air, the issue of leaded gasoline, how it was later discovered how lead was actually toxic to children, and how the learning, and it was decided that they needed an agency to regulate the community because they didn't want to see people have to keep breathing toxic smoke or inhaling toxic lead fumes from cars. Because, let's be honest, lead does have some beneficial value to a car, but not much. Alright. And thanks to the EPA, we need to clean the air up of this country. If you were to go into a TARDIS and go back to prior to 1972 in Los Angeles, the air was so bad. I mean, it was same in New York, same in any other major city. Pollution coming out of tailpipes. People were getting sick. Asthma was high. People did not do well, but they sure loved the car. They wasn't going to stop driving the car So when Richard Nixon created the EPA, his goal was simple. I want to clean the atmosphere. I want the air to look good. I want the air to be breathable. And we already found out when we had the wildfires in the Northeast coming from Canada, Quebec, gives you a sample what the air was like back in the 1970s, before the EPA existed. All that haze and smoke with quality indicators and the 400s of all things, and the toxicity of the atmosphere. It makes you realize that what Richard Nixon was trying to do was important. And it worked. Okay? But the other thing is, though, is, remember, with electric stoves, is you're just kicking the can down the road. You're just kicking the can more away from the home to a centralized utility, burning, because it is the most economically feasible, fossil fuels. Oil, coal, natural gas, nuclear, hydroelectric, geothermal. There's nothing wrong with any of these fuels. Because when it compared to the green alternatives, wind and solar is great when you got wind or the sun is shining. Now when I did this video, the sun's gone down. The solar panels aren't generating any energy right now. Okay? So right now, the natural gas turbines of New England are running along, inhaling natural gas fumes to generate electricity that's keeping the lights on. Because it is a fact. And a few nuclear reactors that are still running are doing their job too, generating electricity. You can't replace any one fuel source, a fossil fuel, completely with a green initiative, unless one of two circumstances occur, and they are very important. Number one, since the sun does not shine at night, then you have either A, you need batteries, big batteries, holding power for the night. What kind of batteries? What kind of batteries? Lithium ion? Lithium phosphate? I don't know. But we already know that there's another issue and the dirty truth of lithium batteries. The part that people don't realize. The electrodes. Nickel, cobalt? Anyone? Where's the cobalt come from? South America, Republic of the Congo. And what are they doing? They're mining cobalt in the cheapest, inhumane way possible to get the most amount of cobalt out of the ground, exploiting their workers so that people can mine cobalt. Children work in those mines, folks. Then there's the salt issue. Where do you get the lithium salts? Why, you drill into the ground and you flush it up using clean water to bring the lithium salts up, put into settling pools, where the lithium salts will now settle into these settling pools. It's the same way that regular table salt is often made. Same kind of refining. And that's fine. But the reality is, it's still toxic. In some ways, it's kind of like fracking, which does something similar to get the last few drops of oil. Do we have a problem with shortage of oil? I don't know, because I would say yes, but at the same time, I'd say no. When the White House said to people that they will no longer honor leases to drill for oil on federal lands, it's almost like the government is saying is, we have oil, but we don't want to dig for it because of the pollution it makes and hydraulic fracturing. or fracking. And so we're going to buy it from existing oil supplies, such as Venezuela, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and other countries. Yes, I'm going to include Mexico as well as Canada. Okay? So we're buying all our oil from a foreign country. And yes, Russia too. And that's silly. We have a lot of our own oil. We have wells that have been capped off because the government won't let them drill for oil and start a successful oil well in this country. It's stupid. And we buy oil from countries that don't really like us overall. Because we're saying is, oh, we want to be clean. I'm sorry, but being clean is a catch-22. Your hands are clean, but your mind isn't, because you're buying oil from other countries that don't respect Americans. Is that clean? Is that really clean? You tell me. So, I think that the White House, first of all, needs to re-examine its energy policy. Number one, if you want the right to choose to have a baby or not, then I should have the same right to choose if I'm going to cook on gas, electric, or wood, or coal, or diesel, or whatever fuel I feel is available to me. I have the right to choose too. If you're going to infringe on my rights in my kitchen, then it's no fair. I can't at least say, then I'm going to infringe on your rights of what you do in the operating theater of saying, well, you can or cannot have a baby. It's only fair is let it be everybody. Let everybody have free choice, pro-choice. Pro-choice what you cook on, pro-choice if you have a baby. It's that simple. It doesn't even take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And I just want people to understand that. Because, like I said, we're all in the same yellow submarine, and it isn't going to be surfacing anytime soon. We can do better than this. You know that. You know that. It doesn't have to be so one-sided. Now, I would love to cover some other things, but there definitely are current events, and I'm only going to say this right now. We need a politician in office that is going to fight for the sovereign rights of American people. We need a politician that respects all the economic brackets of this country. Somebody pointed out my channel about people on disability. All those on entitlement programs. But there's one group that's on entitlement programs, but no one talks about them. It's called corporate welfare. Subsidies. Businesses get subsidies from the government to create new things. Railroads, highways, internet, pipelines, electric utilities. They're just as much suckling on the government teat as people on disabilities. Let's not forget them, because they're just as hungry, and if not more so, to make their lives better as a business. And it's it's shameful that some people don't look at the whole picture. A lot of favoritism in politics. A lot of favoritism. And it's really, really quite sad. But it is as it is, okay? It's not going to stop. But at least let's acknowledge it exists. Because it does. It does. Well, guys, I bid you adieu. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Please think about these things. Don't be mad at me because my opinions might differ than yours. But let's discuss those differences. Let's come up with a way to discuss them in a way that doesn't offend anybody. I know it's hard, but it is real. It is real. There is a real way to do this. There is going to always be dissenting opinions, no matter what you do. Everybody's got an opinion, and everybody has ideas. And one thing I learned is this. Learn to trust one another. Love one another. Be good to one another. And let's go out there and do the best we can for the country. Now, by the way, we are going to be live tomorrow, but I'm going to also try to get more videos in, too. Because the fact is, the live streams are fine. But 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hour streams for the poor YouTuber reviewers is a long time. Let's make their work a little easier. Let's make their work a little easier. Okay? After all, they have to go through hundreds of videos a week, and depending on what the content of the videos, as I've heard, some of the videos have been very, very vile. And I do appreciate that YouTube is trying to keep the really, really nasty stuff off the platform. But good videos like this that don't use nasty language, that don't show revolting content, doesn't apply. Because this doesn't do that at all. Alright guys, for now, thank you very much. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay? Bye-bye.